Hello, everybody. This is Matt Harris, going at it solo today on the VARATO podcast. This is number 2. We're doing a series of podcasts just about PIM systems. So this is our second one. Our first one was just an overview with Ben Brendel. We talked about what a PIM system is, what the key value props are of a PIM system. But I'm going to give you a scenario today on this podcast. And I made up a make-pretend company. So the make-pretend company is called Temp Air, and they are in the HVAC space, and they manufacture components for heating and cooling. They've been in business for a long time, and they have a scenario in which they need help. So basically the scenario is, they make components, metal venting, ductwork, elbows, dampers, vents, etc., and they need to be able to streamline. They have, let's just say, 3 primary distributors who need to intake their product data, and they all have slightly different requirements. So HVAC Supply Pro, again, another fake company, wants Excel files with technical specs and install guides. Contractor Direct uses an API feed with images, URLs, inventory levels, and pricing. And then Metro HVAC prefers EDI-based catalog submissions with separate fields for residential versus commercial. So one company making components, 3 buyers, distributors that have 3 different requirements. So how is this going to work? Well, basically, before they had a PIM, it was working, but not super smoothly. So the product data was scattered across different engineering files, marketing docs, etc. For every distributor, their team would have to build a new catalog and send it to them manually. And then they would have version control issues because, oh, wait, was that the sheet I sent them last month or last quarter or last year? Did it have the updated specs? Did it have the updated pricing? There's a constant kind of shuffling around of files manually to get them out to the distributors. And there's a lot of hours spent just redoing this process over and over and over again, which can seem pretty repetitive. So once they get their product data into a PIM, and if you're not clear what a PIM is, watch the video before this one. We describe what it is. But they roll everything into a PIM, and it basically transforms the way they manage and syndicate their product data. There's a centralized hub now. All their product data is always in one spot, single source of truth. It includes everything they need for all of their partners, all of their distributors, all the specs, size variants, requirements, PDFs, install docs, install videos, etc. And then they can enrich the data because one of the requirements was, is this for commercial use or is this for residential? They can add that in to take care of that distributor requirement, but they don't have to give it to all of them. If it's not a requirement, they just leave it out of that API call or that file submission. So you can now then take the superset of all your product data and create subsets for your specific distributor buyer. And so what was the result of that? Well, it automated the channel-specific feeds. Now everybody's happy. HVAC Supply Pro is happy. They get their stuff the way they want it. Contractor Direct is happy. They get their stuff the way they want it. And the same with Metro HVAC. They get their EDI feeds. And it all is coming out of one system, Product Information Management System. And then you have also built-in validation rules. So if there's something that's not missing, but it's required, the system will tell you that it's missing before you send the data. So it just cuts down on a lot of back and forth between the manufacturer and the distributor, saving tons of time and frankly, tons of headaches. So that's, what we're also trying to do is just reduce stress and headaches and things that we all know are a little bit of a pain. Just smooths things out, reduces friction. So the results are product update cycles drop from like weeks to days. So when they need to update a product data, it's like Streamline, saving tons of hours. Again, the distributors are happy. So this is a big win for everybody. Yeah, it just cuts down on critical job site errors. It was the wrong spec. This stuff is really important. If you're getting into trade materials or you're pushing out a product to a distributor that needs to fit another product, if you don't have that specification right, you're gonna upset people. You're gonna upset yourself. And so it's not just the streamlining of the processes. That accuracy component is critical. Saves a lot of people time and money on both sides of those transactions. And then this is an illustration. This is a pretty good way to look at it. So Temp Air now has a PIM system that sits in the middle. That's their source of truth. They have their engineering department and their marketing department both pushing data into this PIM. And then that single PIM pushes the data out to their 3 different distributors, hypothetical partners. HVAC Supply Pro with their needs, Contractor Direct with their needs, and HVAC and the HVAC Supply Pro. I'll change that slide later, but you get the point. So anyway, if you're someone that's manufacturing and anything, and you don't have a PIM system yet, and this can start to ring a bell, like, oh, this makes sense. We're hearing this from our distributors. Why don't you have your product data available for us in a PIM? This might be a good time for you guys to think about that. And reach out to us. We're doing this VARATO's doing these podcasts as a kind of benefit to the industries, distribution and manufacturing. But on my other world, in the agency that I own, Harris Webworks, we also do a lot of PIM work. So find me online, Matt Harris at Harris Webworks and VARATO.com. I hope this was helpful. Again, follow us on wherever you follow podcasts, VARATO. Catch us on YouTube, catch us on our website. And again, we're going to have 2 more small little presentations about how PIMs can help you. The next one will be about a medical device manufacturer who has a large sales team, and they need this PIM for sales team enablement, and the other is for a distribution. So we'll see how a PIM can help somebody on the buy side of these products at a distribution company. So look for those next 2 podcasts. But anyway, Matt Harris, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.